Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's empty.
Yeah, changes. Well, we were hoping to bring the YouTube channel back on a big note, and we are. The only sad news is we gotta say goodbye to Joe.
Yeah. Well, remotely I'll still be here.
Well, it won't be goodbye. It'll be till next time.
Till next.
Saw it here. It's all clean.
It's done.
Yep.
Everything's gone from the corner.
A lot of good memories here, man.
Every one of these is cleaned out.
You know, when somebody buys this, they're probably going to think somebody was growing weed in here. That's what they're going to think. Definitely not. Definitely not. But
that one's empty.
oh, man. Changes.
This one's empty.
Joe, what's your fondest memory of the last almost 7 years now?
There's a lot of them.
What's your fondest memory here?
Probably jumping that stupid Oldsmobile.
I bet we have I bet we have a clip of it. Let me
it's
see.
One of those few times that I actually let Daniel talk me into doing something stupid, and even after I said no, I still didn't.
Do it. Do it. Woo! He's gonna do it. Hopefully, we're not witnessing Joe's death.
I should have bailed, and I was like, whatever. There you go.
Fist bumps for Joe.
Woo, I'm gonna be sore in the morning. But look at that. Look at this, guys.
Peer pressure.
It's just, it's empty.
It's all gone to our new shop.
From ropes to shocks to empty.
At least you left that light. Oh, I'm strong today.
Yeah, there's that light now. I just didn't feel like taking that.
Well, it's doing a little send off here, and it's time to wrap up a couple things and get to the new place so we can show y'all what's going down. So, Joe, you got any last words for the people?
Stick with us. You've been with us this long. There's exciting things coming. I know there is.
Yes, there is. Welcome to the new shop. Let's go check it out. So we've been here about a year now. We haven't shot videos because we've been so busy, but we got everything moved in, established, and we've been doing good. It's been a year of challenges, a year of changes, a year of growth, but this is it. So we've got some warehouse spacing, got machines back here. We have 7 CNC machines now. We've got 3 mills, we've got 4 lathes. Make some cool parts, and we're making lots of parts. We put in a big saw now for a lot of our cutting. We've got this nice dedicated little welding section for our main welder here. Honing and cleanup section. Got the trucks. We got a grinding room, contains all our dust. Got more parts. I mean, we're cranking out a lot of parts these days. It's wild. Still got the old and trusty. Don't really use it for much these days. But we still got the D-Max. Got the 2500. We got Aiden. What's up, buddy? This is my nephew here. He's gonna be doing a lot of stuff on YouTube, so get ready to see him on the channel a lot. He's had a rough go the last 2 weeks. He had some asthma stuff, if you saw on our Instagram, but he's doing healthy now. Feeling good, buddy?
Yeah.
Awesome. A lot of our raw material we keep over here. There's just a lot of stuff. I mean, we have space now. Still do our own anodizing. And here we put in a big oven for all of our Cerakote. Oh, that just flashed. So all of our shocks get Cerakoted, and we got a big oven for that. Making a lot of stuff these days. Black Cerakote is our main coating of choice. Works really good. business has increased quite a bit. A lot of stuff these days we ship on pallets to dealers, and it's pretty crazy, but we make a lot. I mean, we make a lot. All sorts of stuff getting prepped for assembly. And speaking of assembly, let's go check out the assembly room. This is our assembly room. We keep the assembly in a different room so we can close the doors, keep it clean, and keep everything migrated away from all of the dust, machine work, and all these vices get shocks. This is our pre-staging stuff, so all this stuff will be assembled the next day. And all the parts storage. Got shims galore. We have a lot of shims. This is quick service parts if we just got to grab something. Otherwise, we have massive bulk of all this stuff. And what else? Just a lot going on. We got all these racks we made out of different things to store shocks. These are all built, getting ready to go through QA, get inspection. And then all the packing happens over here. They get washed. We actually have a wash station. All the shocks not only get washed before they get built and completely cleaned out, they also get fully steam cleaned after they get built, so that any oil residue or anything from assembly is gone. And then they hang up overnight for a leak down check. That way, if there's any cut O-rings or something was wrong, we can catch it before it goes out to a customer. It's our spring compressor. It's for all our OEM shocks, and of course mountains of boxes everywhere. Over here we've got our laser station. Our other laser is out for service, but we've got this full spectrum fiber. This is one of them. We have two of these. The other one's out getting some service, but this does all the lasering. Does a really good job. And up here, got a little more going on. We got a little break room, lunch area. We also shoot a lot of pictures in here for our products. And we're actually setting up a full YouTube studio in here for technical stuff and all that good stuff. So we're growing. Got a lot of space. Definitely have come a long ways since the little shop in Colorado. This is my office. Got a nice area to work. Do a lot of CAD work, everything else I have to. This is my domain. It's kind of nice to have an area to be able to get stuff done now. And we're up to about 12 employees. We've got about a dozen people doing different things. We've got an office manager, Liz. We've got Keith, we've got Justin, and just a lot of good stuff happening. So it's been a year since we posted last, and well, probably more than that, but we're looking to go ahead and get some things rolling back with our YouTube channel. Take advantage of the video platform for not just technical stuff, but builds and just all sorts of stuff that's going on. We've done a lot of stuff with our Instagram, so if you're not following us on Instagram, get over to our channel and take a look at what we got going on, because you can see we post a lot of machining videos and all that good stuff, and we're going to start posting more in-depth videos, including today we're working on the Ram. This is a 2013 Ram 2500, and we make OEM shocks for this, and we thought, you know, it's time to start building out a truck that's going to be representative of our products. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to split this up into 3 videos. The first video is going to be the steering, sway bar, and track bar install. The second video, we got a bumper for it. We're going to get that all set up. And the third video, we're going to make custom bypass shocks for the rear and custom OEM shocks for the front and get those installed. So those are going to be the first 3 videos we got going down. So let's take a look at what we have for the Ram. When it comes to Ram stuff, we felt that we want to turn to the best in the industry. So we reached out to Thuren, and we got a whole complement of what he recommended for the front of our truck. So, Aiden, you want to do an unboxing?
Sure.
All right, let's get unboxing. Let's see what we got. Here's what we have. We're not going to install these today, but these are the Thuren soft ride springs. I want to say these are about 2.5 inch to 3 inch lift. This is the steering he recommended. It's definitely beefy. This is the Thuren track bar we're going to upgrade to. This thing's solid. It's got some instructions here. Let's see, that's for the track bar. Good stuff. And then this is the Thuren Active Rate sway bar. This sway bar controls the body roll, And the factory sway bars, you know, they do their job, but at the end of the day, a sway bar is a spring. So Thuren has taken the time to develop the right spring tension on this bar, because this is a spring material. And then they don't spline it like some companies do. They actually fully weld all this. So it's a good connection inside and out. But they've designed all this to work together. So from their spring rates to their sway bar, and then of course we'll be running carbon shocks. Everything is designed to work together. So this is going to give us the best ride, the best handling, and not to mention it looks pretty good. One cool thing about the sway bar here is the end links, fully rotatable joints here, but they're also soft joints and they're greasable. So that's going to help keep the squeaking down and extend the life quite a bit. So we'll get those greased up and let's get to rocking on the install. For ease of simplicity, we're going to go ahead and take the tires off, put this thing on jack stands, and give us a little bit of room to work, because everything we need is kind of tucked in there. And yeah, let's get these tires out of the way. Hayden,
Yeah.
take my tires off.
Okay.
Have you ever actually taken a tire off?
I don't think so.
Oh my word. Hey, I didn't even realize this doesn't have those horrible covered Dodge lug nuts. So that's cool. Okay, we got the truck on jack stands. We went ahead and put a frame jack stand and an axle jack stand to work with. That way, if we need to, we can take the axle jack stands out and move the axle up and down at the same time while having the frame supported. So looking up underneath here, ooh, let's get down here. We've got our factory steering, which we can see that's bent there. And then our factory track bar, factory sway bar there. So that's getting taken off. That, and that is all getting taken off. So it's time to get taken off. I want to take off this stupid piece of plastic here too, because it's all hanging down and annoying, and it's leaving anyways with the new bumper. So let's get that ripped off. Sway bar is pretty easy. You got one bolt there. I don't even need to take that bolt out. And you just got two bolts on the frame. Whole thing comes out. So that should be relatively easy. Then your steering, you've got your tie rod in, and then on your track bar, you've got bolt there, bolt on the frame side. So all in all, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bolts to take off, and the whole front end's taken apart. Sounds easy. Let's see if it is. Hammer time. Yeah, that came out easy. We popped the steering out. Wasn't too bad there. Got a bunch of other stuff loosened up. Popped the front of the sway bar out. So here's a problem you might run into. The sway bar, when you loosen the bolts here, are so messed up that you just can't get them apart. And even when we put a wrench on the flats here, we can't get enough torque on this nut. So we're just gonna cut them off and tap them out with a hammer. And then all we have left to do is pop the bolts for the drag link out. I'm sorry, the track bar out, and we'll start getting this thing back together. And that's the last of it. Lost my nubbin. Oh, there it is. So because I have the steering and everything out, I use the ratchet strap to take some of the tension off the drag link, and that's another reason why we have jack stands on the axle and the frame, so the ratchet strap can hold the tension for us to be able to pull the track bar out. So everything's out now. It's time to start reinstalling. Well, we have the track bar installed. Per the instructions, we're about 39 and an eighth, right around there. So that's pretty straightforward, and they've got good instructions with it. So this guy went in, and then to make it easy, I left the ratchet strap on there to kind of hold the vehicle in position. It also helps relieve any tension on the bolt. So if we do have to pull this in and out, it's not difficult. But we've got that in. We're gonna snug it up and let's get the steering in. Steering installed. Got our track bar installed. Everything torqued down pretty well. The only thing we haven't torqued is our adjusters on both the drag length and the tie rod, because we'll have to do an alignment. But we're gonna go ahead and put the sway bar together, get that on, get this ratchet strap off, forgot about that, and get some wheels back on it and get this thing aligned, and we'll be right there. Alrighty, we got them in?
Yep.
Okay, so the track bar goes in really easy. It's just the 4 bolts on the frame, and then the 2 bolts here. There's flanges. You got to make sure the flanges on the linkage are on the face, and so we got that set up like that, and then easy access to the grease fittings there. And now we're going to start tightening everything up, grease it up, and start the alignment procedure. All right, well, now you can put the wheels back on. Now that we got everything snug down and looking good, we're going to get the wheels on, start the alignment process. With solid axles, you want about an 1/8 inch toe in, and we can measure wheels front to back, square it up, and then toe it in. And then we can check our steering wheel and get that straightened out and make sure that we got full turn lock to lock. And really is as simple as that. You only got to do a few measurements and it should be good. Okay, so we did a quick alignment, towed in about 1/8 of an inch, squared everything up, got the steering wheel straight, measured it all out. Just drove around the parking lot a little bit, a couple times, and now we're gonna go for our first drive on the streets. There's a couple back roads back here with some bumps. We can see how it feels, and we kind of wanted to do it this way to see how the sway bar feels with stock shocks, because these are just the stock crappers, whatever's on there. And so we can get a feel for the steering and the sway bar and everything with the stock setup, and then once we change the shocks, we can see the difference. Let's go for a test drive.
Yep.
So far at face value, driving around the street a little bit, feels good. Steering is much more solid. It's more responsive. The one thing I noticed about the sway bar is it feels like it wants to have more body roll. It doesn't, but it feels like the energy is transferred to the tires instead of letting the body sway. Whereas with the factory sway bar, I feel like it just holds it steady. It doesn't allow it to move. So it's like this one's letting more energy transfer, but it's not uncontrollable or extreme. It's keeping it planted better. Obviously, with being on stock shocks, the ride quality is a little, it's not as good, but you can definitely tell there's a difference with this sway bar versus the factory one. Just driving around on this kind of alley road here. On the highway doing about 65, 70, and steering feels nice and firm now. Definitely has no play in it after our alignment. Not getting any death wobble thus far, so that is a good sign. A little bit of we took the steering stabilizer off. It was kind of destroyed, so driving without that. But 80, I mean, it's just cruising right down the road. There's no play, road wobble, nothing. So definitely a big difference in how it's driving. I feel like the sway bar itself is helping to absorb energy out of the road, and I can't wait to see how it drives with the shocks. I think it's going to be even better. So I would say I'm real happy with it. So all in all, happy to be back on the channel, happy to be doing stuff with some vehicles again, and so far the Dodge is playing nicely. Steering solid, super happy with everything. Next up on the list, we'll be doing the front shocks and the springs and making custom bypass shocks for the rear end. And with those, we're going to take you through the whole process of fitment, where we put the tubes and why, and how it does. And then after that, we'll do a video on the bumper. So make sure you keep an eye on the channel for all the updates and everything to come. And it's going to be back. So we're going to take off, take it out for the day. Hey, Aiden, what's up, buddy? You ready to go?
Yeah.
Fist bump for you, buddy. Fist bump for Joe. Fist bump for you.